You got love to give, but you keep it hid. Look at all the time that you're killing here with your big guns and your small mind. Shame on you, you made your mother cry. And it's too late to just walk away. Let it go, start a brand new day. To love someone, you gotta love yourself. So you say they give your money, but they don't flow. Watching all your dreams flying out of the window. Got a lot of love, one ton load up. And now you fly like a dove from above. Then you come with a gun and a chicky bum bum chicky. A chicky bum bum chicky bum bum. Then you come with a love and a chicky bum bum chicky. A chicky bum bum chicky bum bum chicky. Who cares? It's a big dark cloud, and you know what it takes to make the world go round. When it clears up and you start again, take it from the top when the bottom ends. You gotta give love if you want love back. If you want love back, you gotta face the fact. To help someone, you gotta help yourself. Said true love is all I have to give. You tell me that you're dying, but you know you have to live. So give what you can give, receive what you believe. Just bring a little peace so this love can be released. Then you come with a gun and a chicky bum bum chicky. A chicky bum bum chicky bum bum. Then you come with a love and a chicky bum bum chicky. A chicky bum bum chicky bum bum chicky. Everybody wants a dream come someday. Put your money in the bank, but it won't stay. One ton load up, and now we go flying like a dove from above. Everybody got a dream come someday. Put your money in the bank, but it don't pay.
So, good afternoon. Wow. What a wonderful music. This was so much fun. We got our workout. I'm still moving. Ooh la la. Ha, ha, ha. Chicky boom, 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 boom. וואו, good afternoon, צהריים טובים לכולם, שלום, מ-LA גריק היברו רדיו, איזה יופי שהצטרפתם אלינו, אני אילנה ויינשטיין. ויינשטיין?
אני בת שבע גריק. And this is?
הלכתי, I went to the high pitch, I'm in the high pitch, okay. אילנה ויינשטיין. Batsheva Green and Sarah Zoloff. Welcome. What a beautiful day we have. It's a warm, lovely Thursday. It's a Thursday. I don't know where I am. All I know, this chicky boom boom is really made me very, very excited.
I forgot everything.
I don't know. When was the last time we did the chicky boom boom? When did you guys do chicky boom boom last time?
Yeah, what is the name of the song is what? It's
Chicky Boom. It's by a band called Moshav.
Moshav.
And they grew up on the Moshav Modi'in.
In Israel.
And you mentioned that he's
also the singer is the chazan of the shul that I go to.
Oh,
that's
which shul? Which shul? I'm first.
Which shul?
The Happy Minyan.
The Happy Minyan, of course.
Carlebach. That's why it's a lot of music.
Very happy.
It's
very happy.
We need to relocate. We're in the wrong. We're in the right one. We need to have some variety here.
So nobody's listening.
It's okay. No, we can do it another way. It's okay.
Yeah, there's definitely time to visit all different types of shuls all over the community.
Absolutely.
We love to do that.
Absolutely.
We love to have guests. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have to mention, it's a special guest, and I feel very close to it because she brought food, some amazing, a lot of vegan dishes, food that are standing right in front of my eyes. I don't know.
Well, why don't we do an official introduction? Yes. We have with us everyone. We have with us Sarah Zoloff. And she is a fabulous chef with a fabulous vegan vegan,
gluten-free,
Cater everyone,
specific diets.
Specific
So
diets.
Yes.
if you have a specific diet that you want to focus on, I accommodate that, and I make it delicious. And my tagline is heavenly ingredients and simply delicious.
Oh, heavenly ingredients.
Nice tag.
Well, let me say, I love that. Heavenly ingredients, sinfully delicious.
You go for the sinfully.
I do go.
And
with
I'm
the
looking
sinfully.
right there. I have
Even
to show
the
it. I'm
heavenly, I
sorry.
take the sinfully.
I have to go with the sinfully right now because it's too sinfully. I don't know if they can see it if I'm putting. I mean, look at this. It's amazing. I mean, I have to try it right now. I don't know if I can handle waiting a whole.
It looks like a painting. Like
Yeah,
it literally looks
she
like
used,
a painting.
I mean, and plus, you know, it starts to
Becomes
soften a little
creamy.
bit. Yeah.
And
So
now's the perfect time
yeah.
to eat it.
wait, is this? Wait a minute. I want to know.
these
is
are
this-
edibles. There's edible fruits
Yes,
on it,
those are
and
pansies
there's
and it's edible flowers.
edible flowers. I wanted to say. I said
This is a
fruit.
flower. Wait, this is a flower that grows in my yard. Is this my flower edible?
Definitely.
Yeah, some flowers are edible,
Wow.
so
Who
this
needs
is
to go to
amazing.
the
It looks
farmer's market?
very pretty. I mean, yeah.
Oh, so
Thank you.
what is it?
So-
What,
I have
what's there?
spoons.
Oh, good. But we're just gonna
Napkins.
shove the spoon inside, or
We
we're gonna have
are-
some play.
We
No.
going to see something else, maybe?
Oh yeah, we do.
Okay. Okay. No, I just had to. I mean, it's just it's
Thank
winking
you.
at me. You know, I had to.
Beautiful.
Do you want to try it?
Is this? How complicated is Sarah? How long does it take you to make this cake?
Okay, this is raw, so it's actually not even baked.
Oh,
Oh
so
yeah.
that cuts out a lot of time right off the bat.
oh, so that would make it gluten free.
It's also gluten free. I use
Okay.
a gluten free crust that I make. It's made out of a cashew cream. And I started my food business based on just sort of my kids all kind of flew out of the nest, and I'm standing in the kitchen cooking food for one person. And I was cooking food for the whole gang. And the whole gang, some of them had some allergies and different
Yeah.
food sensitivities. And that sort of ignited my whole search to keep the kids healthy, to keep the family healthy. And I started reading, and I went to the Institute of Integrated Nutrition.
Oh,
and-
me too.
Did you? All right.
Are you
I'm a
classmates?
graduate. I'm a graduate.
It's
from
online.
there. It's
Oh,
an
okay.
online
Oh,
course,
yeah, it's an
and
online
it's very
class.
informative.
But just for
Yes.
the
across
heck of the
board.
curiosity, like what year?
What year did that start?
Yeah.
No,
what year
what?
did
No,
you integrate
I
at
did
school?
it. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe it's a good question. Maybe 17.
17 years ago?
Maybe 16 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
I
like that.
think I was there about 7 years ago.
Okay.
No,
So,
no.
okay,
It's,
so-
yeah.
Okay, okay. 7 years is not.
So we
is
have a
not,
lot in common.
We
Yeah.
do, and I have heard a lot about you through
Oh,
the
thank
grapevine.
you, thank you.
I definitely have. So I'm so happy to finally get to meet you.
Oh, I'm excited to
Yeah,
meet you too. I mean,
yeah.
and I saw because in the beginning when I saw the pictures that Ilana sent, and I saw like I saw a lot of beautiful colors and all that, and I wasn't sure because I saw a lot of like dishes that has to do with meat and all that, and I said, oh, interesting. And then you came and you brought this cake, and I'm like, oh, you got me there. Okay, I'm hooked. Now I'm okay. Now we can talk to her.
I told you. I
Yes,
you know,
yes,
you should
indeed.
Well,
listen.
I do have customers, clients that are meat eaters,
Yes.
and that I am very careful. The meat that I do buy is hormone free,
Yes.
antibiotic free, and of course it's kosher, so it's
Yes.
in a humane way, and so it's the highest level if you're a meat eater.
Right, like because
yeah.
myself too, some of my family members still eat meat or chicken, so I do the same. I cook
Right.
for them, but yeah, I understand you.
So how did you? I know you said that your kids left home, and that you found yourself in the kitchen cooking for two, but it not really. What really made you go into that, into the field of making healthier food than normal? Because you could be making schnitzels and stuffed cabbage with meat and potatoes and so on.
Yeah.
Why through integrative? Why do that? Why nutrition?
I'll
Not
tell-
the grandma's food.
Right. So one of my children, Mushki, hi Mushki.
Hi,
Mushki.
had a lot of allergies. And she was allergic to 15 different things,
Oh.
soy and fish and nuts. And and just like everything. It's so many things. And so I would make the rest of the kids this beautiful meal, and then there'd be like this tofu or something. And I felt that's so sad. I want to make it beautiful for her. I want her to have delicious, good food. And you know what? You eat with your eyes. Everybody says you eat with your eyes.
Yes.
If you're going to look at that plate and it's all sad looking, it doesn't appeal. It's not happening. And now I have to try to get my child to eat nutritious premium food for her health. She had asthma and lots of things. So I just took this as, this is my mission. I'm going to make sure that she has the most delicious food. And it turned out good because I turned around her allergies at the same time.
That's amazing.
By getting organic, clean, no pesticides, no hormones, no antibiotics, no color dyes, no white flour, white sugar. Cut it out. Just cut it all out. And amazing how things just turned around.
Yes.
And
right
that was
away.
my passion. That was my passion. It took a while. I used to keep logs of everything she ate every day. And I went to the allergist, and they said, "Oh, she's not allergic to anything," and sent me home. And this child is like breaking out with skin rashes and breathing. Her breathing was very difficult, and she definitely had asthma. So
there's a lot of the younger generation. You can see a lot of kids that have this particular kind of asthma on the skin, not like a regular asthma, like really violent
skin?
one.
Asthma on the skin?
Yeah,
it's both. It comes out in both.
It's
we need to get a skin doctor here. Hey, you guys, if you're listening, anybody here, skin doctors, we need to have you here. With so many questions and we're so confused.
I'm starting to scratch from you talking about that.
No, please, let's go back to the fabulous Sarah Zoloff. Okay, okay. So you created
So that's what happened. So, I just really took my food to a whole next level. And it was like my side gig.
Yeah.
I started just doing this food, and I thought, I'll just make this and this, and for Shabbos I would have guests over, and my friends would call me, "Could you make me that? It was so good. Could you make me that?" And a few people would ask me. I have this biscotti that people love, and a pesto. There's a lot of things I didn't bring. Hopefully I can come on again and have to bring more food.
By the end of the broadcast, you're probably going to have a list of orders from us and what to bring next time when you're here.
Yeah. That would be my pleasure.
That would be so amazing.
So what I was doing is I grew up here in LA. I'm third generation Angelonian, actually.
Oh, wow.
I'm like a rare breed.
You're a rarity.
And I worked in the music industry here in Hollywood in the 80s. And
are you a singer?
I'm not a singer. I actually play guitar. I've been playing since I was 11, and I did have like an all-girl rock band for about a second. But then I actually worked in the music industry, in the record companies. I worked for a record company called Enigma Records and Metal Blade Records and Iron Maiden.
It's like a man's job.
I know.
World.
I was a little bit of a tomboy because I didn't just strum to sing. I really got into my guitar work, and I played intricate compositions, and I really like this type of music because it's very busy and it's very intricate, and there's so many changes, and I loved it.
It's exciting.
It's exciting.
Janis Joplin in Sarah Zoloff's body.
I don't know about that, but it's exciting. And I graduated high school, went to college, and I took a music class. I took a guitar class to improve my art, my skill, and the instructor went to everybody in the class, and he tested everyone. And he came up to me and this guy named Dave Mustaine, and he said, "Everybody's beginners, and you two are advanced, so you guys could just have a free period." And he was actually forming a band called Metallica.
Ooh, the Metallica?
The Metallica.
Wow.
And I was working for this club at the same time I was in college called Radio City. And I told the guys, I said, "Hey, I got these friends, and they're forming this band, and maybe they could play here. And they said, yeah, bring us a demo. So I gave them a demo, and then they had a meeting, and the next thing you know, they had a gig, and that was their first gig.
Oh
I
my
actually got them their
God.
first
You
gig.
got Metallica's
That's great.
first gig. Wow.
That's
then-
insane.
I know, right? And then
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden, I got into this car accident, and I stayed home from. I was now working for Iron Maiden, management, and I stayed home from work, and I watched a TV commercial, and it was one of these lawyers. Have you been injured in a car accident? Call the law too. And I said, I'm calling them. I call him, I tell him the story. He sends me a fax me way back then in the fax days when
Mhm.
people were doing
Yeah.
faxes. And he said, just go to one of these chiropractors that we work with. And I picked one, and theirs closest to me was Melrose. And that chiropractor was a Chabadnik, a Persian Chabadnik. And that was my journey into
Chabad.
Chabad and
Oh.
observance and Shabbos and kosher and life, my life the way I was meant to live. And
Wow, beautiful.
That's
so
amazing.
yeah, so
Funny ways of the way God works.
isn't it
Oh,
from
yeah.
Metallica to Chabad?
Metallica to Chabad.
Metallica,
Really?
especially. I mean, yeah.
From Janis Joplin to a fabulous cake maker. That's amazing.
So I took that
Yeah.
experience of my music industry, and I started a speakers and entertainment bureau where I was working and promoting speakers, entertainers in the music in the Jewish world. And I worked for the Carlebach Shul, and I did concerts there, and I did annual fundraisers, and I just booked entertainers and just helped whoever I could with the experience that I had from the music industry.
That's amazing.
And so my cooking was my side gig. Like I just did that when I had to cook, and I would cook more if somebody asked me for it, and it was just kind of like my side thing. And for 18 years I was doing it was called Loop Entertainment. It was an acronym, Lahachris Ulafarsim. It's Yiddish for proclaim and publicize. And the Lubavitcher Rebbe once said that we should proclaim and publicize.
How do you say it in Yiddish?
Lahachris Ulifarsim.
לפרסם.
לפרסם. Lahachris.
להכריז.
I guess my accent needs some work. Well, now I have you guys. So I can really get it right.
אנחנו מכריזות ומפרסמות. There we go. Now I understand why we're here. I was like, why? Oh.
Wow.
Wonderful.
So that's what happened with my food. My food was always a side thing, and sometimes they would make a kiddush and shul, and I'd bring a bunch of food, and people knew about me a little bit like that. I was a single mother of 4 children, ages 2.5 to 9 when I was divorced. So that was like, all I could do was just keep everything together and keep everybody healthy and happy. And that I was good with that. That was just what my world became. And I turned that into something else once the kids grew up. And I was just standing there in the kitchen making like less food. And I was like, what? This is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Empty nesting, it's a real thing.
Yes.
You really, I worked for a rabbi when Rabbi Simon Jacobson, and he told me, he said, you need a new baby.
Yeah.
And that is how, that is really how.
So this is
Sarah's
your new baby.
organic.
That was
is
your
my
new
new
baby.
And I still get to nurture, and I still use cooking, and so just today, my oldest daughter, she just had a baby.
Oh,
Her
you
and
have
her
a baby
husband,
now.
JJ.
Mazal
She just had a
tov.
baby, 7 weeks old.
Oh, Mazal
Wow.
Yeah,
tov.
Shayna. Hi, Shayna.
Hi, Shayna.
I'm gonna
Mazel
get to all
tov.
my kids in a second.
What-
And we were talking just today, and this is my passion. She said, newborns, and she's trying to eat right, and how can I eat right, and everything. So it's a newborn, so it's hectic, and so she's drinking some Ensures, the Ensure drink,
Yes.
and I
Mhm.
right away I
Mhm.
say in my head, I
Mhm.
have to come up
Mhm.
for better Ensure, because people do need this.
Yes.
People need to be able to just take a drink, take some nutrition on the go. And so we were talking about that, and this is my passion. I love when people have a certain specific food need. I want to take it and I want to turn it into something delicious and nutrient dense and just optimal ingredients.
That would be amazing.
That's my thing. That's my thing.
I'm so challenged in the morning. I am, and Batsheva is a holistic coach, and she's my coach, and I listen to everything she says.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I'm still challenged because I'm so used to my cup of coffee in the morning and that sweetness in the morning and that warmth in the morning. I would love to have something that I can just open my fridge, get it out of there, warm it up, and just and don't have to run to a store and buy. Like there's businesses now that you can actually stop and buy, but it's just too much trouble. But to have it at your home, at your door,
right.
Just like it used to be. The milkman used to come in 1970s, 80s. There was a milkman. He used to come to your door, drop off a batch of eggs, milk, and cheese. I would love to have drop off my breakfast, drop off my lunch. Things that are fresh, and healthy and balanced.
And that's what that's what my clients want also.
So that's what. So tell us.
Mm-hmm.
So you do deliveries, right?
I do deliveries. Mainly, people will send me their order, what they want for the week, and they have favorites. So I have one client who's diabetic, and I've had this client for about 3 years now. So he already has his favorites. He knows what he likes. So he'll just send me an email. This is what I need for this week. And I need 6 meals and I need 5 smoothies. And can you boil me 30 eggs and give me one of those cheesecakes? The cheesecakes are good for him.
Yeah.
Because the cheesecakes are really a balanced food. It's a power food because it's really made from cashews. And it has
protein, no?
Yeah, it's protein. Okay. And I have all different flavors.
So for him, when you cater to him, you don't even use maple. You don't use anything. You just
okay. So he uses the cheesecakes and he can handle it because the balance of the whole other ingredients, and it's only a little bit of maple syrup compared to the cashews. There's a little bit of avocado oil or coconut oil. I've been switching to avocado oil lately.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while now.
And
too much fat.
I have peanut butter chocolate, and there's just very little sugar. And then I have a pumpkin spice, and I have a blueberry bliss, and I have a mocha espresso, and I have a bunch of different flavors.
So when you prepare your food, we keep in mind that it's a low glycemic scale.
Yes, because we don't need that. We don't need sugar in our food.
No, the only need we eat sugar is because we're hungry. That's what I'm told. That we eat sugar when we're hungry.
Right.
When we didn't get enough protein, we didn't get enough our nutrients, then our body is talking to us.
Yes, I always tell the kids, your body's talking to you. Listen to your body.
Right.
If you're feeling this way or that way, and we try to teach our children to be healthy. And when you see them walk up to the refrigerator and they open it, and the only thing in there is apples and tomatoes and carrots and salads.
And they said there's no food in the refrigerator.
and they'll take that.
But then they take that.
They take that.
Yeah. And I remember my son Ruvain. Hi, Ruvain. He just I saw him open the refrigerator one time and just take a bite out of a tomato like it was an apple, because that's what he wanted to eat, and that's what it was.
My son doesn't do that. I can make the most delicious vegan food in the refrigerator and stuff it with fruits and vegetables, and he will open the refrigerator, look at what's inside, close the refrigerator, get in the car, and go get a hamburger.
Well, he's my greatest food challenge. I love those people because I want to embrace that and take it on. I'm going to introduce you. I want to show them that they can eat optimal premium ingredients and delicious food.
He's actually allergic to everything too.
So he's one of my favorite clients.
That would be amazing. Then we're going to have a lot of fun. If you can get him on your menu, let me tell you something. It's going to be a miracle. And as far as I'm concerned, Mashiach is right here. Right here. That's no other explanation. That's going to be it. I am absolutely convinced.
I see that we have some friends that joined the show. Okay, CP Barnoy.
Can we be a little bit more excited about that?
Nikki, so you read it if you want.
I want to say thank you to Sarah Hannah Silverstein.
Oh, yes.
She's the one who made the connection.
Sarah Hannah is watching right there.
Thank you.
She probably is with you here. Mushki, Zula.
Oh, that's my Mushki. That's the one who has allergies.
Lisa, Naftali, Citron, Joseph.
Oh, I worked for Rabbi.
Did you?
Amanda Lipsker.
Hooray!
Relax.
That's now we've got. Now we're
we
talking.
got the Hevra.
Mark Mastman.
Hi, Mark
Ruth
Mastman.
Schmelzer.
Hi, Ruth. Hi, everybody.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much for joining. This is amazing.
And
Thank you.
yes.
And then we have
who
some
else?
Greek.
Yeah.
We have people from Greece
Sotis
joining us.
Melis,
Ooh, okay.
Nicholas Giacomo.
Giacomo, Tzipi Barnoy, Niva,
Ivki
Ivki
Shaul
Shaul.
joined us.
Hello, Shaul.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining and watching
Yes.
us. And
And Shmulik Doron joined us also.
wonderful.
Yes.
And Batya Yanko, our
she
dear
joined us.
friend.
Okay,
And this
let's
is for
see
you,
on mine.
Batya, because you need to get in touch with Sarah because
Yes.
she's going to help you with your meal as well. And Sarah Lipsker, Sterny Lipsker, how did I say that? Sterny, my love. Thank you for joining us.
Hi,
And
Shirley.
thank you for everyone else who is not sending us but watching us. We're very happy for you listening to us, to LA Greek Hebrew Radio. And we are here with Sarah Zoloff with a fabulous meal that we'll have a little later for the tastings.
So
You don't want to taste it online?
I have to taste
Oh,
it.
good.
Ilana
I
can
wanna
wait
use
till
it.
the end. And Ilana
I
can
brought
wait.
the spoons and the
Do we-
napkins.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
all
just
we
gonna.
need.
I'm just
Should I
gonna.
just
Yes.
reach over here and
Yes.
try to get that?
We can
I just
skip
don't want
Ilana.
to. I just don't want to make things sticky. That's my
No,
my.
we're not
Oh,
gonna make it
yeah,
sticky.
we
No.
we gonna.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, we're going to talk
yeah.
about the global big sleep out that's happening in the world. And friends, the global sleep out is to support the homeless population. And so people normal like us should be sleeping outside like them in the street so we can know and feel what it's like. And a lot of people that are out there are normal and just in debt, or lost their jobs and can't afford housing. So everyone united, and it's on the news, all over the news. So I'm not suggesting to try it, but let's have a little bit more of a support for this event, global sleep out. Okay, we've got
deep in because it's the crust too.
we've got okay, use a napkin. Okay. Amen. Okay, and my turn next. And then we have also, hey, did you know in Riverside there's a center that collects gifts for the homeless people?
On Riverside, what?
In County of Riverside, there's really nice people. There is a center that collects gifts. It's called, if you guys want to know, well, anyway, the gifts were stolen. They stole 7,000. Why would I don't understand why.
That's pure
evil.
Pure evil.
This is evil. You return those gifts to the center. It's if anybody knows where those gifts are, if you know of anybody who took those gifts, have a heart. This is holidays. Return those gifts. People who really needs this. Go to the SWAG THESWAG.org and reach out to them and please, or donate gifts to them so they can have enough gifts for the homeless people. And homeless children, for the most part, is what's really hurts that they did
You
that.
have to try this. This is
Okay,
amazing.
Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam שהכל נהיה בדברו.
Amen. So this is my signature dish. I do a lot of different things.
Definitely a signature.
Somebody asked me, "What's your signature dish?"
gosh.
And I was like, "What is my signature dish?" And
This is it.
I thought about it, and I have friends that I go to on Shabbos in Hancock Park, the Hannons. Hi, and I just started experimenting, and they became my taste testers. And every time I'd go to the house for Shabbos, I'd bring like a different version of what I was thinking about. This is in my head. This is going to be my signature dish. And
It is
amazing.
absolutely delicious,
Thank you.
Sarah.
Yes.
It is delicious.
And then I just started working on logo and the design. I have a friend of mine, Batsheva, who is an amazing graphic design person, and she knows exactly what I want. We've been working together for years on different projects from when I was doing the other business. And then my son, Ruben,
I think I want a spoon.
No, you said later, so let's
come down.
wait for later.
I should
seconds are
come
the
down.
ultimate
I should come
compliment,
down,
though.
okay? I'm gonna come down.
Here,
Come
let
down.
me give you
Okay,
another
let me
spoon.
do it.
Let me give you another spoon.
Take my spoon
Oh,
away.
wait,
So
I
don't-
have this. I can go like this.
Oh, you are gonna get me have it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me have it.
Okay.
Hooray to Hollywood!
Here we go, Ilana.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Did I make a mess?
So I'm glad I
Nobody.
didn't
We're
have
not gonna tell
lunch.
anybody.
No, it's only on camera. Shh, quiet. Oh, very good. So,
So
Anyways, yeah.
where?
Okay.
Where can they find us? Where can you find you?
Okay.
Mhm.
So, you know, I've been very fortunate. I'm just so grateful. People in the community have really given me a chance to build my business and to have brand recognition locally. And that would be David Leaders first gave me a chance to start my little brand from Leaders. I don't know if you guys have heard
Yes,
of
of
Leaders
course,
is talking
yeah.
about the chocolate and all that.
Leaders. Leaders. He's a caterer. He's a caterer.
Yeah.
He does and he has stores.
He's on Pico.
Yeah. Now he also has one in La Brea.
Oh, it's
So I was like, okay, now all my kids are out of the house, and here I am. So my daughter Shayna, the one with the baby, she graduated from culinary school and got placement at La Gondola, and so she was out here in LA.
She's a chef in La Gondola.
She was working there. That was placement after she graduated. Now she's a mom, and we're gonna create an insured drink for her right now. And but she got me out here. I was still in Crown Heights. I lived in Crown Heights for 26 years. After that whole car accident, I moved to Crown Heights in 1989. And I met the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and I just started my whole life there. And,
wow, what a story!
It's really a story.
Well, yeah, we should have you and tell us about that, because that's amazing. Just a young girl.
When did you move back here then?
Yeah.
This is 5 years ago. Sheena got married and moved back to New York, and her husband JJ lived together, but this was 5 years ago before she met JJ, and she had graduated from culinary school and moved out here. And then everybody was sort of somewhere else. My daughter Mushki was thinking about making Aliyah, and she was in Israel. And my son Mendy, my youngest, he was in Cincinnati and in Yeshiva. And my son Reuben was also out here, I think, at Jets. Do you guys know about Jets? It's a Jewish Jewish learning, and they also teach a trade and technology.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually met a couple of kids here. They came here. Interesting story. They came here last Friday to fill in on the group that's here, the owner and the friends, and I was walking on my way out, and I saw those boys, and I said, "What are you guys doing here?" And they said, "We're the Jets." I'm like, "Okay, you're the Jets."
They are Jets. They are amazing. So I just packed 2 suitcases and just moved out over here and stayed with my daughter and her 3 20 in the 20 age roommates. And then I found another place, but at the time I was like, okay, I'm going to try to make this happen. But what am I going to do? I have to make a business plan. I have to do a proposal. And I was like, try to raise money it's just a dream for me right now. So what could I do? And I just was thinking, why don't I just go to the retail, the restaurants, the already kosher restaurants, and see if maybe they have an opening, and maybe I could just do my stuff on their off hours. I could work in their kitchen, and they were very generous to me. And David Leader started, and he let me do that. And then what happened was I couldn't have, because of the kosher situation, they are a meat fleishik place.
Yes.
And most of my stuff is parv.
Right.
And it also appeals to a different group, to vegan. It
Yes.
appeals to, so when I can't say cooked on meat equipment.
Yes.
So
it makes a difference.
So it does. So the kashrus at the time was the Heart Cape, and now they're the OK. But they invited me to their office, and they said, look, what do you want to do? It doesn't really make sense for your business to have cooked in meat. What do you want to do? And then they introduced me to Dan Messenger at BB's. They said maybe he has an opening for a manager, and maybe you can do some stuff over there. So I just started my journey, and I had all of these wonderful, generous people part of my journey, just contributing. And so Dan is amazing, and BB's is an incredible. Do you know
Yes.
BB's?
Oh,
Yeah,
my good friend, hello, Anne Wildorf and her husband. They owned BB for many, many years, many years, and then they sold it.
Oh, to Dan, I guess maybe.
Yes.
All right.
So, yeah, it's
BB's
probably
owner was.
been about 10 years that it's been taking place. So yeah, so I know very well BB's. I love their bread.
Yeah.
and-
Oh my
yes,
goodness. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
absolutely. BB's is a great place to eat. Yes.
So then I started working on the off hours of their bakers. Okay, so I was a man. Then he hired me. Thank you, Dan. And then I was working there, and I had to start 6 a.m. You know, I am a night owl, and I worked in the music industry for a really long time, and my whole clock is like that, except for when I had children, of course. But then, anyways, he said, "Yeah, I have a position for you." It was 6 a.m. I made a piece somewhere at 6 a.m. I really have to wake up at 4:30 or something. Anyways, but I did it.
You took it.
I took it, and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna make sandwiches, because you know why? I'm gonna make sandwiches at my over 50-year-old person of myself." And because he offered me a chance to use the kitchen and create my brand. And then I was under the umbrella of his organization, BB's, and I had the OK
You
kosher
have a kosher certification.
and I have a retail, and I could pass out flyers, and he, flyers are in the window, and talking about it, and Facebook, and then Alon from Got Kosher, he also put my cheesecakes on the menu. And for me, that was also an ultimate.
I have to tell you something, Sarah. I mean, I thank God for you. Thank God that you exist, because many restaurants today do not have quality desserts. I'm sorry. You guys need to bring it up, bring up the bar, because reach out to Sarah Zalov, because your desserts are there to plastic. It's I don't ever have dessert.
They stand on their own. It's not good for healthy.
Right.
It's
exactly.
good because it's a great dessert, and that's something that I really also am trying to surpass. I'm really trying to spearhead through the whole stigma that people think that healthy food tastes like sand or trees or something like that.
No,
until they taste it. This is the problem.
And,
they don't. It's not exposed enough in the kosher places. They only used to the regular parve,
and some of the stuff is really bad. I mean, they're
very
right.
bad. Yeah, most
it's
of it.
It's true. It's reason. There's a reason why they think that way.
I do not order dessert in any restaurants at all. Never. If I have a meal, a salad, and I have a little bit of bread, or if I have a fish, that's it. I will never order dessert, because I know whatever I'm going to get, it has margarine in there. It has
saturated fats,
saturated fats,
palm oil. I mean, there's a lot of.
It's been frozen for 5 months, and then it doesn't digest, and then I'm going to be sick for 2 weeks out of that. So, but this is a different story.
Yeah,
this
makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to explain to the diabetic client.
Yeah.
This is a well-balanced combination of food, and it doesn't spike. He tells me it doesn't spike my sugar, because it has everything. That's what a diabetic really needs to eat. He needs to have she needs to have a well-balanced meal every single time they eat.
Right.
And so this is it.
This is amazing. It's you should have a whole restaurant. Like you should be just a restaurant, people, so we can go and eat. There is no vegan restaurant kosher.
There isn't, and the ones that they have, it's either they make like Thai food, and they're not.
It's so salty, full of salt, full of MSG.
Yeah.
What is going on? Why? Well, let's talk about that, because that's really interesting to me. What is it about it? Because non-Jewish world has restaurants have so much variety. They are so creative, open-minded. They will make anything from we go to the farmers market a lot, Batsheva and I. That's our thing, and we pick up things that are very good looking, and it's all made from. Why is kosher world doesn't have that? What is going?
Because they're not open.
I think that we just need to educate. Yeah. You have the show. You have your work. I just think it's a matter of getting the word out in those circles. It's just we need to create an awareness, and slowly but surely we really are doing that.
We're going to make a difference. We're going to create restaurants in Los Angeles that are kosher, vegan, gourmet, first quality where you don't have to go to non-kosher places, because there's a problem in non-kosher places in the vegan. Even if it's a vegan, there's a problem because the way they wash the vegetables, they don't have the time. They don't have the awareness of washing all the bugs out of the vegetables.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
There's many problems actually.
It's
It's not just that.
it's
There's
being
other
open on
problems.
Shabbat and,
It's
you
being
know,
also they have workers. Maybe the worker wants to warm up his ham and a burrito or something in the cooking thing.
And they
don't
allow
know what
that?
they don't have the consciousness. Why they don't. They don't have to not allow it. They don't have a mashgiach there.
yeah.
They don't have. They're not paying attention to it. It's not like it's a wrong thing for them. They don't have that mitzvah, so it's not even a part of the consciousness.
Right.
There's many. They're just not aware of it. Yeah.
But it's like you said, I mean, really, the awareness needs to be, it's something that needs to be talked over and over and over and over
and over
again.
and we will talk about this. Oh, as long as we're here, we're going to be talking about healthy food, the food that's going to heal you and entertain you, taste delicious, and Sarah Zaloff.
Yes.
And you guys reach out and you can find you on the website. And
so what is the website?
So the website is Sarah's Organic Gourmet or sarahsog.com.
Mhm.
And I have an 800 number also. The 800 number is
Yes.
800-492-3640.
Okay.
And
Tell us about
so
what is it? What is, if I come to you and I say, Sarah, you do deliveries, you do that, what I was talking about earlier.
Mhm.
So what does it take? Like how do you, how do I know how to choose what is the good food? Do I taste everything? Like, how do I get the taste?
Okay, good question. Thank you for asking me that. So what happens is word by mouth right now, pretty much.
Mhm.
People tell the next person and
Okay, so I'm gonna take another spoon so I can tell another person.
Another word, another
just
mouth.
to make sure, so I can tell.
and enjoy.
It's amazing.
Thank
amazing.
you.
Oh, and
Thank you.
that's like Bathsheba is really strict and
Very
This is
picky.
the ultimate compliment.
it is
It
an
is.
You are my ultimate compliment.
No, I'm very picky. Ask her. I mean,
I love that. You're a food snob, a health
I'm
food
very-
snob.
I'm very-
I'm just
very
going to
snobby.
squeeze in a quick story before you. We hosted a rabbi of Beitar Yerushalayim, here.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I think I told you about that. He's
Yes.
he's doing a workshop that's directed by Rabbi Asheroff in Sfat.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to LA to promote the workshop because he's holding it in Waldorf Astoria, which is a fabulous hotel and first class, beautiful. And we made Bathsheba prepared a meal. I said, Bathsheba, listen, let's spoil the man. Let's show him, what we can do, because he wants to do the same thing here in LA.
Oh.
He wants to have workshops in LA, bring in
great.
people. Yeah, absolutely. So we prepared a meal, and I was in charge of the oil. That was my job. And Bathsheba gave me a list of things to buy. So I followed the list for the most part.
Somewhat, yeah.
So she made me make a dish that was zucchini squirrel. What is it called?
She had like a spiral.
right.
Zucchini,
Zoodles.
the
Zucchini
raw
noodles.
zucchini noodles.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So she said to me, go put it on a pot for 5 minutes, heat it up so it's just heated up, and we're gonna put the
dressing,
the pesto dressing and everything. And I followed everything in the instructions to the T. So I thought I finished with everything. I'm serving on a plate. She's mixing up. She's tasting, and she gives me this face. Like that. That's her face.
Oh no.
That's the face.
That face.
And I'm like, what? What now? What did I do? And she's like, what oil did you use? And I said, why? I'm so scared. Because she can throw this away in the garbage. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't what Bathsheba's had in mind.
You tasted it. Wow.
Listen,
amazing that you tasted it.
I'm telling you,
everything.
and ask her. I mean, my
You knew it.
sensitivity can be like really extreme.
Yeah.
Like really extreme to my taste and to my smell.
I can second that. Real extreme.
Me too.
Extreme
My
bachata.
smell-
No, but I mean, because I'm used to like really high quality product.
food.
I don't like when it comes to food. I mean, it has to be the best. You
Yeah,
know what I
and
mean? I cannot like I'd rather not eat, but not compromise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
So-
the best oil, the best this, and
So the problem was, okay, it was A, I didn't follow instructions. B, I put olive oil.
but not the right.
Oh,
No, but
Not,
it's, yeah.
not the right olive oil. Okay, apparently two problems. Put olive oil
Yeah,
and then
you
not
can
the right
Not
have
a
the
good
wrong.
kind of
You
olive
can have
oil,
the
not a
wrong
good
olive
kind.
oil.
Yeah,
It's,
and it did
it
change.
is an issue.
Yes.
No, it had like an aftertaste because it wasn't like a good quality, not cold
So
pressed,
you-
not
you
like a
ta-
good.
yeah.
And I
And you know the
tasted it.
difference. You
I know
tasted
the
the difference. Yeah.
Yes, right.
After eating it that
Thank
way
God.
for many years.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank God you know the
And-
difference,
And this
because
is the thing
that's-
also
yeah.
because
Great.
you mentioned that you cater different people with different needs.
Yeah.
And it has to do with the fact because we both learned at the same school. So with me, I mean, it came also from personal experience of what I had to go through my lifestyle of eating and all that. So it gets to the point that my body, I keep it really clean with what I
Yes.
put inside.
Yes.
So if I make like a little shift somewhere, I feel it right away. I suffer. It's involved with pain and all that. And so I can't afford it. It's not.
Sarah, do you taste your food? Did you
Yeah.
cook?
Oh yeah.
Because some people don't. Some
Oh,
people
no.
prepare and they just, they don't taste it.
No. I taste.
You taste
That's
everything.
a very important part of it.
Yeah.
I smell. Also, I have a very heightened sense of smell. Also, because since I've been eating clean, I think that my sense of smell has been
Improved,
fine-tuned
yeah.
or improved. Yeah, and I'm constantly smelling and tasting the food because it has to be perfect. It has to be
Exactly.
excellent. I have a very high. I'm actually also. I'm a food snob too, and I don't want to eat it either. First of all, it does have to taste good.
Yes.
It really
Absolutely.
does.
Absolutely.
And
I mean-
and I want to eat good. I want people never guess my age, and I think people tell me I look better now than I did 10 years ago. And that's what's amazing is that Hashem has created our incredible bodies that they
Yes,
completely
that you
rejuvenate.
need to take care of it.
But you have to put in the work. You have to be conscious of what you
Right.
eat.
Exactly.
And you could also look. Anyone could turn it around. I have had so much success. I wanted to bring one of the letters from my diabetic client because he wrote me a letter and he said that my doctor has told me I've never been in better health and I only eat your food.
That's
and
amazing.
His sugars and everything are great.
Right.
That's-
Listen, it's really a lot easier when you have the food prepared.
Right, and I was
you know.
listening to your show the other day
Mhm.
with the Reiki lady,
Oh,
energy healing,
Morales,
and you were
Morales,
talking
yes,
about
Morales.
how she was mentioning that she would get together with a group of ladies and they would do like a whole cook-off, or you would choose a day.
Mhm. Mhm.
But that's very good for some people. But some people they don't want to cook. They
No,
like
I
to
don't.
cook. They don't think about cooking.
I don't want to cook.
Want to cook?
I do not want to cook.
You're my
That's it.
best client. You're my favorite client.
I do not want to cook.
Because there's a place for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
People just don't want to cook, or they don't have time, or it's
No.
not interesting to them. And
No.
and that's the problem. That creates a big problem because you're just grabbing, or you're just ordering, or Postmates, and it's not good to eat from different hands every day. This restaurant, that restaurant, this restaurant. It's good to have one source or two sources, whatever it is, whoever you choose.
Mhm.
I think it's better. Somebody is zeroed in on your diet. Maybe your diet changes. I work with people's nutritionists. The nutritionist will send me their notes and what we need to
Mhm.
work on this. Can you
Mhm.
add this? Can you add flax seeds to his diet? Can you do this and that? And I'm on the phone with them and have a file for each client,
Mhm.
and I'm updating it. And I'm keeping all of the
So
information.
do you have like a
That's
set
very good.
menu, or you build a menu for each client
But I have each week I have a set menu
for the week?
for the week.
Okay.
Mhm. And if somebody wants a favorite, or they want to have something special that they saw, could you make that? Could you try that? If they email me before I create the set menu, I'll do it like Sunday night. If they get to me in the morning or afternoon of Sunday, I'll incorporate it into the set menu. And
So basically, that menu will be good either for someone with diabetes or someone with
keto, vegan, but
vegan,
I
okay.
just tweak it to whatever they need.
Or somebody who wants to lose some weight.
Yeah, because
No?
if they tell me low carbs or no carbs, that's what it is. This particular menu is no. Well, actually, there's sweet potatoes on that
Yeah.
one, but this is a meatloaf, and that's a cauliflower mash. And inside the cauliflower, there's like rosemary, and I put a little bit of part of like dairy-free yogurt to make it creamy and earth balance, and it's good ingredients, and it still tastes delicious. It's
So this is a meal a day, right? Or
this is yeah. This is okay. So then that right there is a chickpea curry stew stuffed in peppers, and that is So this person did have a vegan. This is actually no. There's Chinese chicken up here. This is my diabetic client's meal for this week, actually.
So
And
when
he
you say
eats
for
me.
this week, so he comes, so it's like every day he has the food delivered to his house, basically for the whole week.
So he orders about 4 to 7 meals, and he it's lunch and dinner for him. So he'll have that for about 3 days, and he keeps it in the refrigerator. And if he goes away, he tells me he's going away. Or I went away to go help my daughter, and I was away for 3.5 weeks when my daughter had a baby.
Yeah, what happens then?
So I created a menu that food that freezes well. And I said, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to be gone for this amount of time. I didn't think anybody was going to even order. And I gave them a list of foods that freeze well, and they ordered it.
Yeah.
And so I just doubled up, and they put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
Took it out the night before.
Yeah.
Put it in the.
Yeah.
I don't use microwaves, but these trays that I use, they're
Microwave.
made out of sugar pulp. They're organic, and you can put them
Beautiful.
in the
So it's
oven.
no plastic or anything.
No plastic.
You can put them in the
No
oven?
tin. Put them in the oven.
Are they sold in markets, like in Costco or places like that?
No, I buy them.
You buy them online?
Yeah, I buy them online.
So what is it made out of again? It's
It's a sugar pulp. It's made out of some sort of organic composition of sugar, not sugar, but the pulp from the whatever they do with it. I mean, the
Sugar cane.
outside.
So it's a natural.
The husks or something.
that's amazing
from the
because you
canes.
know those
Oh, that's probably what it-
plastics
yeah.
and all that. That's a major problem too.
Amazing.
with
Yeah,
the
I don't want to
foods.
make all this beautiful food, and now they're going to heat it up, and
And
it's got
it's gonna go with
touching
toxins,
tin,
yeah.
and it's got
Yeah.
plastic. I don't.
Yeah.
I really try to keep the chemicals to the bare minimum in life.
Yeah.
It's very true because you're making food that's very sensitive. The minerals are very sensitive, and metal. It's energy. You get metal energy in there. You get plastic in there. You get all kinds of elements. So
We don't need that in our system.
No, we want to eliminate that
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Yeah.
We have enough in the air, in our phones, in our everywhere.
Right.
It's all around us. We can't get away from that. So just to sum it up, we're already getting to our. It went by so fast,
Wow.
Sarah. This is like.
Oh, I'm so happy.
It's just.
In,
But
Right, have another.
control yourself. Hold your horses.
listen, this
Leave
is like
some for-
lunch with the dinner and dessert.
You
together.
can even try the gluten-free peanut butter cookies.
I would love to try
Wanna
the
try one of
gluten.
those?
Yes, yes. Let me leave
Here.
some for Shaul
Okay.
and the gang.
Okay. 1 second. Let me get this open.
Delicious. I am.
And I also have the salad over here.
I am in heaven. I am in heaven. Called Sarah Zolf.
Zulaf.
Zulaf.
Zulaf. There you go. Try
Oh,
that.
You're gonna split them with me?
That's.
Do you like peanuts?
No, I think I'm gonna.
You good with that?
she's
I just
protecting
take a
the
bite.
cheesecake.
I'm not really.
Is the same blessing for this? I said hakol. Is that
It's a shahakol. It's not
Yeah,
on its
yeah,
own.
it's still a kol.
Because there's no gluten free. There's no gluten.
You
okay.
blessed already.
So I did already. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It works for me. It's delicious.
Thank you.
I approve.
And usually I drizzle some chocolate on top, but I was rushing.
Mm.
So
I
was like-
approve this message.
So I'm
Um,
assuming
thank
you're
you.
using just pure natural
Yeah,
peanut
everything's
butter,
organic.
no nothing
No,
added, and
no.
not with the whole list. You know how people
No.
buy the
There's
peanut
4
butter, but it has
ingredients.
20 more ingredients into it.
No,
Nothing to do with peanuts.
4 ingredients.
This is amazing, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
I really
you. We-
appreciate this.
You-
So just
welcome.
to mention again her website. Let's
Here's the
just,
glasses. Okay, and I use yours.
And I have mine over here too.
Okay,
We're
so
on
it's
live right now.
Sarah Zulov, which is SARAHZULAUF.
Wait, that's
Oh,
that's
sorry,
just my
that's
name.
her email.
Okay.
Here's your
Okay,
The
so you have
website is
www.sarahs.com. That's the website. I guess that's where you can place all the orders and all that.
And the 800 number is where you can call me.
Yes, the 800
And-
number is
right.
800-492-3640. We're gonna post it on Facebook after the show. It's
Thank
gonna be
you.
online for everyone.
And
who's
we
gonna be
blast it.
I
interested.
so much appreciate that.
And this is gonna stay with me.
Yeah, you think. But
That's what I like.
are
People
you-
fighting over my food. I like it. I'll take it.
Wait, before we close up, we just want. Are you gonna have sufganiyot?
Sufganiyot. I am experimenting with gluten-free sufganiyot.
Okay, so speed dial.
I'll keep you
keep us
posted.
posted. We are looking for.
I am right now.
We're gonna have
experimenting with
we're
it.
gonna have sufganiyot competition for Hanukkah, everyone. So you know, be with us, join us, look for us. We've got Hanukkah is coming, so we could use some gluten-free sufganiyot, healthier than what it is. 'Cause
Definitely.
what it is really
need it. Wow.
a dough nightmare
And sugar.
and sugar. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you,
We're
everyone.
closing up,
you.
saying goodbye from LA Greek Hebrew Radio. It was lovely having you with us. Till next time. Love and
Thank
kisses.
you.